personal prophetic dream, April 10th, 2020, 2025. So yeah, I just woke up from a dream where I had just taken a new job at a restaurant. It was my first day of work, and it wasn't a bougie restaurant. It wasn't like one of these restaurants where you have to go through a ton of training. Everything had to be done a certain way. Nor was it a like a fast food restaurant either. But I was paid more than minimum wage, and I was catching on pretty quickly. Initially, I was just like, I don't know what to do. I'm confused. But it was interesting because the guy who they put in charge of me had only been there a few days, and he was training me. And I remember towards the end of the dream, there was another girl who came in. I'm not sure if it was her first day or not. It might have been her first day. I don't know. I remember the guy was saying, something to the nature of, we're like kind of competing against each other, and I'm trying to get as many hours as possible. And I remember she said, really, is it all about that? Like, you got to work so many hours every week, and maybe you could take it slow and we could work up to it. But yeah, it was my first day, and they were giving me protocols. There were ways. Um, there were just ways you had to do things, and I guess like every job. And so, even though I tend to be like special ed, like when it comes to learning new things, it tends to be slow. I will tend to learn things thoroughly, but at a slow. Contrary to some people who think I'm really smart, I'm actually pretty special ed. And but yeah, in the dream, I started learning things pretty quickly. I remember towards the end of the dream, I became aware, like, or no, this was like as I was waking up. I was like, wait a second, I have a job now. I have to let SSI know. I hope this don't get me thrown off SSI, because if I make too much money, I could just lose my SSI, and if I'm not able to maintain this job, then I'm not gonna be able to take care of myself. It was a very interesting dream, very real. But kind of a unique type of a restaurant too. I remember they were like, if you have the keys, like the keys to the restroom, um, oh my gosh, this is so funny too. This is so weird. So I watch Popular Preparedness, which is a it's like a prepper channel, and he was in my dream. This is so weird. Like the restrooms opened up into like it was like a big sauna or something, and I remember I had to let him in, and he was talking to me, and then somehow I had a friggin' towel on at that point. I remember the towel was just like barely enough to cover my friggin' drawers, and so I remember I had to pull my towel down because you could see my drawers. Who the hell's working in a restaurant and they're wearing a towel? That doesn't make any sense. But he was trying to talk to me, and then I was congratulating him on something because his channel's pretty awesome. And then somebody else came by. I was congratulating them on something. Wow, this was a weird dream. And I was getting used to their protocols. It was a big restaurant too, y'all. I think it had more than one floor. I don't know what's up with the restroom. The restroom was like, it seemed like when I opened up to go into the restroom, it was like a huge like underground area, and part of the restroom I guess had a sauna. And Poplar Preparedness, Stephen Poplar, he had a towel on. But I think this is a good thing. Just in some way, shape, or form, the Lord will let me know that eventually I'll be getting off of SSI. So you guys, I always recommend that you pay your tithes and offerings and help the poor. Get to know the Lord. Tithe your time to the Lord as well. And That's 2 hours and 24 minutes a day, every day spent in prayer and reading God's Word. And God's going to take authority over this program for you like He does for me. He's going to render this program a little more than a pathetic joke for you like He does for me. Assalamu alaikum, all you beautiful morning NTIs. God bless. Tithe your money to the Lord. Pay your tithes and offerings and help the poor, the homeless, sponsoring children through World Vision, etc.